Greetings from Holland, my fellow Total War enthusiasts. I wanted to show you a battle I did playing Galatia against Epirus. In this battle, you'll see why you should not camp too much or stay in one place with your main body, because if you do that, you give the enemy the opportunity to take the initiative and possibly flank you. And if that happens, if you give away the initiative, all you can do is react to what the enemy is doing, and uh, you'll be you'll always be one step behind when that happens. So let me run through my setup real quickly. I've got a naked sword unit, which I'm going to use for flanking action because they have really low armor. So pretty much missile fire and frontal charges will destroy these guys. I've got some Galatian spears. I have uh, 1, 2, 3 noble horses on this side. I have a levy freeman. I actually think I have 3 of them. 3 levy freemen and 1 spear brother over here. There's also a levy freeman. Wait, I have 4 levy freemen. Sorry, and oh yeah, and 1 Galatian spear. Sorry. I have, I think, 4 Galatian legionaries. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have 3 Celtic skirmishers. And for the remainder of the Cav contingency, I have 1 noble horse and a light horse. Right. For so far I can tell from this point in the battle, the enemy had 3 Thessalian cavalry. These are okay short cav. I guess they will deal pretty well with lower tier infantry and maybe medium and higher tier infantry if you charge in the back or in the sides of the unit. I don't like them myself very much because they actually haven't tried them after patch 15, so maybe they got a lot better. I'm not pretty sure on that, so I'm not going to say too much about them. The enemy has some hoplites, 3 pelletas, 4 pelletas, excuse me, another unit of hoplites. I think 1, 2. I think there was 1 over here. 3, 4. I think 5, because I thought there was 1 here as well. 5 royal pelletas. So problem with bringing so many elite units is that again, like in my other videos, elite units are just prone to getting swarmed. If you take many of them, you cannot take many units with you. So that leaves you pretty vulnerable. And also for general, he has an Hellenic Royal Guard, which I don't think he knew how to use correctly, because they weren't doing much a big part of the battle. But let's see how this unfolds. So normally I would advise you to just walk your troops over, because you tire them out when you run, but I felt fairly confident against this opponent, so I thought it would not be necessary to spare my troops that much. So yeah, if your opponent's just gonna camp like this, like he's doing, he's just gonna stand his troops over here. Try to get as much troops on his flanks as you can. As you see here, he does try to pressure my my noble horse and my light horse out of flanking him, which for him is a good thing, of course. I just pulled them back. I didn't want to engage in a cavalry fight just yet. For him, there's a bit of a problem, because he has only 3 cav units and I have 5, and I have them on both flanks. So he's gotta choose how to divide his cav unit, and I think he kind of realized that, and he draws his cav unit back to his main body in the end. So but before charging in, I decided to get my Galatian legionaries out of formation attack, because as you can see, he has put his royal pelletas into what is called the hoplite. No, not the hoplite formation. I think shield wall formation. Yeah, shield wall formation. So that means they will hold out for a very long time, and also, but also it gives them a little bit of a nerfed attack. So their attack damage will be not as much as it used to be. So here I'm also bringing, like I told you, the naked warriors. These guys are just a great flanking force. They're fast and pretty deadly if you get them in the back or the side of another unit. These guys are just mainly here for an eventual cav fight that might break out, or if it doesn't break out on this side of the map, I could also just charge them into the back of his melee force, melee infantry. So yeah, I go ahead and charge my Galatian legionaries in. I don't expect them to make loads of kills because they just they're lower, no, medium tier infantry unit, and they're going up against the Royal Palatas, which are a really strong unit. So I mainly expect them to hold out long enough for me to come in from behind with either cav or spear units or whatever. So that was the first charge. I quickly pull behind my spear units and also these Celtic skirmishers, which I maybe should have brought to the sides because they're not really throwing a lot of javelins into the enemy. They're just kind of standing there and they're trying to throw javelins, but it's probably blocked by my Galatian my Galatian legionnaires. Here he charges in some Thessalian cavalry. This is not an ideal place to charge. Also, charging multiple units in the back of each other is not going to be very effective. And also, in a forest, I think you get a bit of a nerfed charge bonus. So yeah, now I get to bring my noble Hirsch unit in the back of his Thessalian cav here, which is in the end this is going to be a really disastrous fight for him. I get to charge in these naked swords in the back of these hoplites here, and they're going to completely destroy this hoplite unit. You see, unit is losing decisively. Overall, over the let's just pause it over here. You can see that overall the Royal Palatas are doing excellent against my Galatian legionnaires. They're just kind of outclassed here, but like I said, I don't expect them to kill these Royal Palatas single-handedly. I'm going to hopefully get this unit to rout, and then I'll be able to just move the units that are still left behind the rest of his units that are still in the line. So yeah, that's basically my plan. This is kind of a clusterfuck. I got some light horse into his Palatas, which is good because now they're distracted and do not throw javelins at me, which of course is always a great thing to do. Is like I said, his Atlantic Royal Guard general is not really performing optimally here. Yeah, and it could have made better use of that. The cav fight over there is pretty much over. From this point on, it starts to look like a GG for my opponent here. Thessalian cav is getting cut down, and that frees up my cav to do some rear charging and take care of these Royal Palatas who are actually winning against my legionaries. I felt the need to actually reinforce them because they were doing so poorly. It's really important I hold these Royal Palatas in the front so I can charge them with something in the back. So he finally formed up his Atlantic Royal Guard, and I should pull out these cavalry units because of course you don't want to. Rule 1, if you remember, rule 1 in any Total War game is to not charge pikemen in the front. Do not do it. It's just always gonna end badly. You can mock charge them in the front, but do not actually charge them in the front. Right, so over here, the hoplite unit has routed because of the sustained attack from my naked warriors, and they're now cutting down this Royal Palatas unit, who is now losing. But even though you see that a unit in shield walls is going to hold out for so long, especially this unit. So I get to charge in my free cav units into the back of these guys, and of course this is fairly devastating. Now, my skirmishers haven't done a lot in this battle because I think my main body is blocked. So, like I told you, maybe it's better to try and in this situation try and get behind the enemy line or flank them in another way. I did get a few missiles off at this general, but it was not really necessary because yeah, it was already a GG. The opponent got routed. So what can you learn from this battle? Well, I think the main thing to take away is that when you bring lots of elite units, you have to keep in mind that there is a big possibility you're going to get flanked and stuff. So I mean, there are players that play very successfully with bringing loads of elite units, but this is not the way to go. This is not a very effective way of fighting. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and stay tuned for more.